Mhm. Get a nice piece. Oh, I think we're here. Hi, everybody. Akasha here. Happy Beltane. Happy May Day. Happy beginning of the lusty month of May. If any of you are Camelot movie fans from my early childhood, I knew every song, every part. Lancelot, Arthur, and Guinevere. So this is the start of something amazing. And we're in the snake year. So we are doing a Beltane Fire Ceremony today. And we're going to look at some of the energies around Beltane and then get our experience going. So if possible, and you can have some candles, it is a very important for fire. So, and Beltane, traditionally in the Celtic world, they would have enormous bonfires and they would go all night and they would go for 3 days and everybody would do whatever you wanted and nobody asked any questions. You got to run around and party and dance and sing and howl at the moon and whatever you wanted. And then everybody just calmly went back to life. So if you think about the essence of that, it's like letting go. That's a big shed, right? Letting go of inhibitions, letting go of trying to be perfect, letting go of all of your worries and your stresses, letting go of your limiting, restrictive self-image, okay? Letting go in fire being one of the most formative elements and the one that's most pure. Nothing can stay in its shape in fire. Now things dissolve in water, but some things don't dissolve in water. Thankfully, then we couldn't get inside of a bathtub. So what happens is that you have a chance right now to say, okay, I've just come through. Whoa, March. Okay, right? Spiritually, I can't even begin to explain the depth of what we're going through right now. You can't wait for the proof. You can't look for the proof. You have to be the proof. All right. You have to be stepping forward. What do I want? Where am I limiting myself? And this is what you throw in the fire. Heavy things that burden your mind, heavy things you feel like you carry on your shoulders. I used to feel like I was dragging a 10-ton weight up a mountain attached to my ankle when I was married to my ex. And he's a very nice man. It's just was not energetically working. And it was also me. It was my patterns. It was my concept that I had to carry his energy. I had to lift everyone up to be good enough to be liked. You know, I was a people pleaser. So these are phases we're going through very fast. What took me 40 years to discover and to shed is going to take you 4 years, 4 days, 4 months. I don't know. But we want to harness the energy right now. So the snake year means the serpent or snake energy, most revered of any animal, believe it or not. Very close with the felines, right? Jaguar number 1, and then lion and all forms of felines. Very high power medicine for all the ancients, indigenous, other planets. People in different vocations and different roles. So the serpent is something you have to heal. You have to heal your fear because the entire consciousness of the planet, even if you weren't raised in a Christian or Catholic mindset, you might be in a country that has that mindset. And there's no judgment on anyone. It's just you have to be aware that your state of consciousness is coming from your family's mindset, your perhaps the gender ideas you were raised with, the idea that our family's not lucky, or rich people are evil, or it's hard to make money, or you're the black sheep of the family. And you go deeper into that wound that I call the burned at the stake syndrome. Something bad will happen to me. I will have to pay a consequence if I'm happy, if I do what I want, if I am spiritual, if I remember my gifts, if I follow my own inner heartbeat, drummer, so to speak. all of these things are happening for everyone. We're being pushed up out of the seed. We have to break the seed. We can't grow and sprout into anything without breaking the seed. So right now we're seeing things break in the world. The breakdown you're witnessing is both a reflection of you and a collective metamorphosis. Remember, the caterpillar goes in the cocoon, creates the cocoon, feels this urge, wants something different, doesn't have a friggin' clue what's happening, loses its shape, loses its skills, loses its form, loses its identity. It literally melts. It has no jaws, no feet. It just turns into goo. Then from that same goo, nothing is added, nothing is taken away. It turns because the blueprint within it knows what to do, but it cannot do that until the caterpillar reaches a certain state, a certain capacity, a certain strength, a certain size. Then the butterfly within, the completely unimagined state, from being a caterpillar crawling on the underside of a leaf to being able to fly 3,000 miles. I mean, seriously, okay? That's like us imagining being source, being the creator of everything, and we are. So this is a bonfire, and we are having many bonfires, and every one of you that's here and every one of you that listens is going to have a bonfire. We're going to be dancing amongst the bonfires. So we are throwing out these things for the collective, and we're most of all throwing out the idea that people have to be upset about what's happening. There's nothing wrong. 12-12. So there's some confirmation. There's nothing wrong with what's happening right now. What is wrong is that people who see it wrong or try to fight against it or try to chase it or try to force something are the ones creating more of it. But you aren't going to be, because you're going to go through this beautiful day that's supported. This is a spring day. It's a summer day. It's a growth day. It's a sexy tantric kundalini day. It's a kundalini of creative ideas day. It's a burst of energy and life force. And what better time to give yourself permission to shed your belief about yourself, shed your belief about sacred feminine, masculine, what's okay for you to be, say, do, choose, to let go of being in the norm, to what? Because if it limits you, throw it on the fire. Now, I know Bridget is already here. Bridget is a Celtic goddess. She's a triple goddess. She's a fire goddess. She's a water goddess of deep, still waters. All right. That's like well waters. And if you think of those kind of waters, that's emotion. So this is the deep, quiet, still waters of your heart. And you burning away so that you can become the union of above and below, of divine and human. This is what you are. I'm really blessed and honored right now to be writing a book and a book proposal and the book at the same time for a publisher. And the book is about Mayan wisdom, Mayan mysteries that take into all the mystery schools that I've studied and all of the Egyptian things and all the sacred geometry and all the alchemy and the light body work and the 16 years in the Celtic goddess world and the ritual committee and just like all the different things I've done and become over the years, you know, a homeopath, a hypnotherapist, a healer in about, I don't know, good God knows how many different certified practices, and then shamanic training. And then coming here 9.5 years ago and staying and going deeper and deeper with the Maya and the wisdom and uncovering for myself, because I was here and having a personal experience with the land and then bringing people here on retreats, allowing and asking for the doors to continue to open for this information. And now to be writing it down and to having somebody give me feedback who's a lay person who doesn't know these things, to say, this is This is how she's seeing it. This is why it's interesting to her. This is, just that feedback of how somebody sees something that you are in the middle of, that you are processing, that you are ready to speak on or teach on, or live your own self by, or to put into your vision of your wish. Everyone should have what does it feel like in the end result that I'm looking for right now. It'll change, it'll grow, that's fine. But if you don't have that, then you aren't navigating anywhere. You haven't programmed the GPS. You need to get there and stay there and use all of your tools to get there. So start to think, start to write right now. What do you want to throw on the fire? Now, fire is an interesting element because it's pure. It's transmutational. You don't get burned at the stake. And if you start thinking about the symbology, the energetic symbology of that, it's quite profound. There's a poem by Blake or Rumi, I can't remember which one, that talks about the commitment of a moth. You know how moths and many bugs are attracted to light. So if there's an outside light on at night, you go out there, you see all these moths, all over the light. And when it was a flame, they were attracted to the flame. And often they would go into the flame and die. They would get burnt. And we would go, oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's too bad. And it's nice that they aren't flames anymore and they're covered and stuff. However, this other perspective from this poem was so profound because it was looking at the symbolic language. It was looking at the spiritual message, the guidance into other realms and higher states of consciousness, which are opening up for us right now. And if we don't consciously, boldly, and audaciously choose to burn away, to let go of the skins that are shedding, the identities, and to choose where we're going, then we're leaving it up to chance and we're letting our senses choose our future, which can only create a future based on the past. Your senses can only create a future based on knowledge, not on imagination. So your power is your imagination. And when you imagine it and you go into it and you describe it, everything you need to throw on that fire will come to you. So I strongly suggest that instead of standing over here and saying, how do I get to where I want? And what do I need to fix or get rid of? And what am I doing wrong? And what patterns am I carrying? And what vows am I still carrying? Don't go looking for any of it. It's there. Okay. Go for what you wish for. This is what we do in the Wishes Fulfilled. Go for what you want. Define it. Every time you say, well, I don't know what I want, or I think I want this, or I'm ready for that. And then you run into something that's in the way. And it shows you exactly what is the next best thing for you to accept, to use as a doorway. And you do that by stepping out of the belief system and the state of consciousness. So that's the shedding, right? Like, oh yeah, I don't need that anymore. And then you go through that purifying flame and you go through that still beautiful waters, because that's like the womb. Okay. First, it purifies you and you sit in the stillness of your underworld, of your womb. You sit in the stillness of your inner creative center, which has not been allowed to have light, which has been shamed, blamed, where the sacred feminine has been locked up and imprisoned. And I've been doing sacred sessions with people around the sacral center for years now. Sometimes we do 3, 4 in a row. Because it's such a place of carrying these deep vows and patterns. Now they're coming up to the surface. And you can use fire, you can use water, you can use elements, elementals to be your allies in transforming things on a day-to-day basis. Don't walk alone. Activate your light body, create a sacred space around everything you do, everywhere you go. Clean and cleanse yourself between every place you talk to people, every call you go on. And then go in and allow yourself to connect to what you wish for. Oh, at the end of today, I'm going to be feeling so happy, so satisfied. I'm going to be saying, oh my gosh, that was so wonderful. This was amazing. Start to speak in the past because it's already true now. That's where you just do your little dematerializing from where you are and materializing to where you wish to go. You don't have to know how, you don't have to figure it out, you don't have to stand in front of the door. We're going to burn down the door, okay? We're going to burn down the wall. We're going to burn down whatever barrier you perceive is between you and what you wish for and what you feel. And let that fire then ignite the soul. Because you see Brigitte and she's like, there's many different ways to say her, bridey and whatever. So I use that, Brigitte. So the flame, literally coming from her third eye and up her crown. And what is that? That's not being like, okay, I'm going to call on the element of fire. That's like being on fire yourself. And what are you doing when you ignite this part of you? You're saying, I'm ready to rise from the ashes. I'm ready to burn away whatever is keeping me from my divine, spiritual, intuitive connection. Channeling my higher self, being a clear and open conduit to the higher realms, to talking to a tree, to talking to the moon, to talking to myself on another planet, in another university, to another mentor, to, whatever. Okay. Everything is alive and it's a lot of stuff there that's happy to talk all day long with you. And so now this, like, we're going to be doing the Oracle card class. Make sure you get that. We're going to be going into the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp. Then we're going to be looking at how you can be a clear and open channel. And we're going to go deeper into that because this year of shedding and this Beltane is going to set you up. So what is Beltane in terms of the year, the wheel of the year? Okay, is that you have your equinoxes and your solstices, and everybody knows that. And then between each one of those, you have what's called cross-quarter holidays. So you have Lugnasa, and we just had Imbolc in February, and we have Beltane, and you have Samhain, which is around the first, around Day of the Dead, that whole thing. And so those cross quarters are important to track the wheel of the year because everything doesn't just leap, So this is showing the slower progressions. And if we're going into summer, we can burn away the grayness, the cold, the hibernation. We can reignite ourselves and our passion and our purpose. So what is it you want today? Where is your wish? What are you willing to throw on the fire? You don't need to know it. You can just say you're ready and willing. Write some of it down. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about what we're doing today. Okay, here we go. So this is a fun celebration if you go live because it's pretty wild. Okay, lots of dancing, lots of singing, lots of prancing around, and maypoles, which are really fun. I raised my kids in the Celtic goddess, witch, Wiccan community, and we would always go to a May Day celebration where all the little girls and everything, we'd all get dressed up and we'd dance around the maypole with our little flowers and do fun little plant little seeds and paint and do fun things, very earthy things, and sing and drum and dance. And so there's this sense of celebration that I would recommend that you do. So when we talk about a fire ceremony, it can often be very daunting. It can feel very serious, and it is because it's very pure. However, remember that when you have fire, you might have the violet flame, the light of fire. That's transmutational. It's different. There's 7 sacred flames, different colors. All right. There's flames that work together. There's the sense that a flame is a fire element. And then depending on the color, It's an ascended master of the color element, which then has a harmonic, the sound, the music. So it's very holistic. This is very experiential. This is a wonderful time to burn away your doubts and burn away your mind trying to figure out, what does this mean? Am I hearing anything? Just let it go. This is when you let go and you dance around without a bra or maybe without any clothes, and you have a wonderful time. Oh yes, so go over to the shop. There is, I think it's on for a little bit longer. There's a sale, and let me see here. Is that it? Okay, yeah. So these sessions are all on sale. This is a private session. These are my soul readings, which are about 75 minutes or so, sometimes 90, and they're very deep, and we use whatever we need: shamanic work, soul work, past life travel, energy healing, whatever, everything. The energy cleanses is still on the last part of sale. I did a show on that recently. It's something everyone should have. I highly recommend you grab it. This is another session that's very powerful. We intend and ask to be taken to the soul lineages, which are sometimes other lives, that are relevant for you right now. So what's awakening for you? What wisdom schools are awakening for you? What universities on other planets? I used to go a lot to the Pleiades. That's where I'm from. At night at certain times to the university there and get schooled and brought back up to speed to where I was at another time in another life. And then I've been to other Orion and other schools. They're all over. There's Sirius and all kinds of things. And there's also soul lineages on the planet, right? And so what's relevant is not for you to know everything. It's what's happening right now. What wants to contact you? What wisdom wants to come to the surface? What vows are you ready to transmute, transform, that this other life or these other schools have, that you took a vow of secrecy and a vow of secrecy. Basically, all mystery schools made you do that, and other things made you do that. And it's time for those to be dissolved. So those are the kinds of things we do with that. And you always end up with, an incredible session with, these are recorded so that you can go back and listen again, and you can write down the information, but you go on a journey and you re-listen to it, and it just opens portals in your life. It opens pathways to your true purpose. So today you might even think about this, right? Like, oh, you know what? I'm ready to burn away what is between me and the soul lineages that are optimal for me at this time to connect with. Okay. So it could be anything. And then the Oracle card class is in the shop, and there's also the certification. I don't know if most of you know about that. It's after you go through the class. If you'd like the certification, it's a few more extra sessions, and it's on sale in the shop too. Okay, and you saw that. All right, good. So let's look. Today's intentions are to reconnect with an ancient wisdom and nature's rhythms. So to me, the most important thing is the sacredness of what I'm doing, the intention with which I'm doing it. I've been doing this long enough to understand that you can't lie. Your energy can't lie, right? You can't say, oh, everything's great, and then but feel like shit, or say, oh, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I know I'm rich, but feel poor. Or say, oh, I'm free, I'm powerful, I know I'm powerful, I can choose whatever I want, but feel like a victim, feel stuck. Okay, so everything that I do is to bring the authority back to you, for you to understand your energy, for you to understand that you carry layers and layers and layers. It might be in your emotional field. It might be in your DNA of your physical body. It might be in your mind. It might be in all these layers of you, okay? And they're not good or bad. It just is what it is, and we want to know, right? So ancient wisdom is rising so fast right now because it's calling us back to remember who we are, because that is the key to the future. In order for us to create the new world, which is who we are and why we're here, we have to reconnect to nature's rhythms, and we're not in sync with them. Our music scale isn't in sync with it. Our calendars aren't in sync with it. Our work week isn't in sync with it. Our cultural norms is definitely not in sync with it. So this is an intentional path. And when you do a fire ceremony, I invite you to really surrender. What could you just shed? Could you whip all of your clothes off, all of your labels, all of your masks, all of your roles, all of your obligations, all of your places you see yourself as a victim, or that you perceive there's struggle or a barrier between you? Because I want to awaken your inner fire. I want to awaken the joy, the dancing, the voice, the singing, the claiming, the celebrating, and the thank yous, because your divine purpose is living there waiting for you to step in and be there instead of here waiting. No more waiting, burn it down, okay? Burn the bridges so you can't go back. Type of thing. So we're going to celebrate, because harmony, love, peace, and the beauty of the sacred feminine, the love, that unconditional love, that sacred wisdom, that is the snake energy. It represents unconditional love and sacred knowledge. So when you make peace with that serpent energy, you're allowing the life force that's living in your kundalini space, okay, in your 8 original cells at the base of your spine, where your body was formed from, is your spiritual blueprint. It is where your Ida and your Pingala are. This is your masculine and feminine energy meridians. This is what comes up, the caduceus. Most people have not had success with awakening their kundalini in a really harmonious way, because we're so out of balance. But now we have the chance to burn away the blockages, to allowing the sacred feminine to rise within us, to inform, to innervate, to energize all of our sacred centers again in an equal way to the masculine, and to diffuse the anger, the violence, the trauma, to disconnect from that. Because when you are in balance and the sacred feminine is flowing through you and saying sacred love, and the sacred serpent is going yes, and bringing all of the wisdom that is there for you, all the knowledge that you have there, you don't lack in anything. You're fully abundant. You're flowing with it. You know that you are the source of everything. You don't try to change the outside world. So as we realign with the earth, because it's spring, Demeter's here too. I love Demeter. She's a Greek goddess. And the cosmos and the soul, we are the connection between the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth, as the Maya called it. And that to me is like the Vesica Pisces, but 3, right? Like you crossing above and below and being the conduit, the pillar of light that we are. So if we burn away any toxic thoughts, any toxic beliefs, we're going to ignite our intuition. We're going to have a rebirth and a renewal, because this is the time when we build strength. And we build strength not by dragging around old duties and old beliefs and old patterns of people pleasing and whatever. You have to focus on self, but not ego self. You have to focus on divine self. What did you come here to be? Are you giving it priority? Are you giving it love? Are you giving it tenderness? Are you letting it break the seed, the shell, so it can sprout and grow? And are you giving it the conditions to sprout and grow, because you are ready? All right. So I'm going to share from the Celtic, but also other sacred, ancient and future feminine guides are going to probably come through. So here's a few pictures from last year. And I want to let you know we have finally pinned the dates down. We have everything ready to go. I hope you will join me in Glastonbury. We are going to do a retreat in September. It's going to be from the 6th over the full moon with Maria for 3 full days. We have private access tickets. I only have 14 of them, so please contact me. Okay, to Stonehenge with Maria, who wrote The Secret History of Stonehenge. And that was made a documentary. And if you're on Gaia, you can find her a lot on there. And she's going to take us there, and we're going to be going to 3 days of going to lots of ancient sites that are all the most aligned for the full moon and for sacred feminine. Some of them we can go inside of, like a womb. We're going to be doing sound healings, and we're going to be tapping into the healing energies that are there, finding them. And we've got 3 days of doing that, including a special private tour of Wells Cathedral, which is all dedicated to Venus and the sacred geometry, all the unusual patterns and sacred symbols that are in this church, the orientation of it, and these scissor architecture. So, and we may even be able to do a meditation in there at some point. So we've got magic classes and private chalice wells and springs and other things. We're going to be doing lots of magic. So right now, probably in the next day, we'll have the site up. But in the meantime, please send an email to Donna or to anything and just say that you are interested in the information. You're not committed to anything. But I want to give especially the people who've come to my retreats before first chance, because we're going to be doing some really powerful, rare things, and we have a limit, on that. And she's going to be sharing it with her community too. So these are some pictures from last year. This is at Avebury, and we will be going there again. Totally fell in love. The weather's going to be way better this time because we're going to be there in early September. This is inside of one of the long barrows, and we will be doing activations, meditations, sound healings, opening portals. Maria knows where the certain frequencies are, where you stand for certain things, what we need to do in order to open some of the portals and stargates that are here. So it's very, very wonderful place. Here's the Chalice Well, such a special place. Labyrinths that we get to walk. Oops, what's going on? Here's when Maria gave us a lesson on a vortex. So this is an altar inside of the abbey, after which we tracked the chakra points of the earth up there and did an activation around the heart chakra, which is where Arthur and Guinevere were buried. So this time, the sacred goddess energies, the sacred feminine energies, the sacred serpent energies are asking to come forward. And one of them is Queens. And Maria has, Queenie, Maria has, this is where we tracked the chakras and went to the heart chakra. Really, there's Maria. And here's the tour. Woo! So this is another powerful experience, and we were there in quite a weather moment. But a rainbow came out while we were standing here, getting our photos at the top, saying, "Wow, look at us!" So that was wonderful, because all these things are a blessing. The land I speak to, I talk to the ancients, to the goddesses, to the stones. To all the different cultures through time, as a channel to that, and sacred sites and the waters and the wells, all of them, to ask them what they want to share with us. And we tweaked it until we got the full moon. And so we'll be working around the full moon and in the full moon the whole time. And that aspect is going to be quite amazing, because it's infusing these waters, which you can take. And we will be doing water magic, Cheryl. And these ancient trees. Here's some of our altars we had before. The springs. And there's several of these wells. There's a white and a red one. And here's some of the Lady of Avalon. This was our goddess house meditation. Beautiful places that we get to do things. So these energies, this was in London, actually. Look at this portal and this tree afterwards. And ladybugs were all over it. Okay, so let's take a look at Beltane. Like, what is it? It's a festival of blossoming life, right? So we're not talking spring, we're talking between spring and summer. And we're talking about when we get to see the flowers. Now, depending where you live, there's already that. But then we want to take the energy, the symbolic language of this. So, what are we doing? We're blossoming. And what are we doing to blossom? We're throwing shit in the fire. And then we're igniting our own creative imagination and our own connection. And we're purifying ourselves in those deep, still waters. So, this fire festival being a time of fertility, which is abundance, right? Creativity, sensuality, joy. Union of the two, masculine and feminine, and honoring all these things we talked about. So we're going to welcome Brigid, the triple goddess of fire, healing, and inspiration. We're going to work with the element of fire, which we talked about, and the deep waters. Yep, we talked about all this. Good for us. Mother Earth and the Fae and the nature spirits are always involved in everything you do in this incredible land. And it's so charming. I couldn't recommend it enough to go to Glastonbury, which is where we'll be based, and we'll be going out to these stone circles, and then we'll be doing things in Glastonbury as well. I was absolutely blown away and charmed when we were there last year. And we're with ancestors and spirit guides, because right now is a time of that thinning of the veil, where when we realize that we are the flower, that it's time for us to blossom. And we know that the ancestors know this, and they're here to support us, and they're alive, right, in this coming of life. So you're going to let yourself come to life. Okay. So you can use this very much for healing. And remember, healing is about becoming whole. That means that you're becoming more yourself. You're letting go of more of the restrictions or the old beliefs. You're allowing yourself to transform, to transfigure, to shapeshift. Okay. It's really good to throw old soul contracts, karmic blocks, and ancestral burdens on the fire. You can heal relationships, family patterns, self-worth, finances, reclaim your voice, intuition, joy, creative expression, restore harmony in your body, emotions, mind, and energy, and anchor your soul mission and divine timeline. These are just some ideas of what this moment offers, okay? It doesn't mean if you miss it, the world will end. Okay. And this connects you to, I think there's more above this, but a path of peace. Okay. You're burning that away so you can step onto the path of peace, of beauty, a sacred connection to your own path, you as the creator being you as the chooser. So this is about re-allowing yourself to connect to Earth, to Mother Nature, any aspect of that you relate to, maybe the Greek goddess Demeter or Persephone coming up from the underworld, and mom makes it flower again. All of the different elements from the trees and the flowers and the leaves and, the bugs, starting to hatch, and the eggs of the birds in the trees and the nests. And oh my gosh, this morning, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, oh my gosh. So this morning I went for my beach walk, and we're having a very high tide. So it means there's not a lot of beach to walk on. And I have a limit how far I can go. So I kind of thought, oh, I'll go this way because it looks like maybe I can get past the point. And I ran into 2 turtle nests. So the beauty is that they come on shore, and you can see there's a path with their flippers to where they lay their nest, and then there's a path that goes back to the ocean. So I found 2 of them. I think I found a 3rd nest as well. And then I contacted the turtle people here. There's a volunteer organization that goes out, tags them, and puts a protection around them and makes people aware that they're there. So we've got some amazing turtle energy here, our Mother Earth goddess, right? So ancient groves, stones, wells, sacred fire rituals. This is a celebration of goddess lineages, very, very much Oester, which is Easter, Brigid, Danu, Rhiannon. Those are all your Celtic kind of goddesses. Harmony with the Fae, with the earth, with the sacred cycle, and living reverence and respect for life, nature, and spirit. So like I mentioned, right now, just send us an email or send me a text to get on the list for the UK retreat. So it's a Goddess Secrets, the Secrets of Stonehenge. It was a goddess temple, and she knows where the goddess temple was and where are the energies and how you can sense them. And then we're going to be going to many, many more sites in the greater landscape that are all connected to Stonehenge. She discovered the long-skulled queens, the long-skulled people of the British Isle, the forgotten queens. And so we're going to have Guinevere come in as one queen we're going to be working with when you're with me. And these long-skulled queens that she's actually even seen at least one of the skulls, I believe, at this point. So the full moon, secret goddesses of Stonehenge, sacred feminine, stone site, earth energies, and healing with Maria. And it's from the 6th to the 10th. And the part with Maria is from the 6th to the 8th. And then the part with just me is the rest of it. So 9, 10, I guess it's 11. Maybe that's not correct. So, okay. So the other thing I want you to think about as we dive into our ceremony in a moment here is that the sacred feminine mysteries are coming forward. My oracle deck, what a journey it's been. Year and a half now, I think. Yeah, about a year and a half that we've been working on it. And we printed some last year and sold them out in England. And now we're going with a publisher and all the China stuff. In fact, Hay House told us that they've put a complete stop on printing all oracle decks because they all come out of China and they're costing 145% more. So luckily we were able to catch ours before we went and paid the printers in China. And for some other reasons, kept having a problem getting the files to them, which then turned out to be a gift in disguise, so that we're now working with an American publisher. So it's had to push back the oracle deck, but it's exciting because we're going to have that. It'll be available on Amazon. It'll be available on our website. Woo-hoo, yay. So right now it's just through the class, though. So, but the Sacred Feminine Mysteries is that allowance for yourself to not be afraid, to surrender to your intuitive powers, to your wisdom, to your lineages, to your magic, to your psychic senses, to your clairaudience, your sentience, your ability to see, sense energies, know things, heal people, all the things that we've been taught to be afraid of, and your intuition, and listening to your own inner guidance, and being taught to not trust it. So the timeless lineage is a vital awakening right now. And these ones are my path that I've been mostly focused on: Celtic, Mayan, Egyptian, Greek, and Native American. And the feminine as earth, fire, water, star, and womb being, there's air is missing here, but the idea that there's so many elements to it is that I am reviving the Sacred Feminine University and the Mayan Cosmic University. So I'll be sharing more about that coming up, but writing this book has been fascinating, and getting the feedback that these perspectives of the Mayan cosmovision that I'm sharing completely changes everything about who you are, what you feel about yourself, whether you feel stressed with the drama in the world right now and stuff. I was like, wow. So that's how I feel about the feminine aspect of everything becoming balance. Okay. Because ultimately we're talking about balance, but we need to pump up that side that hasn't been in balance. So when you're the bridge between the worlds, above and below, the heart of the earth and the heart of the sky, like we mentioned, you're divine and human. And this is another principle of the Maya cosmovision, is that you are divine and human. You know that from the birth day you're born. You walk that way. You never once think you're not worthy or that there's some God outside of you. It's a very different perspective to live from, learn from. So we honor you as a priestess, a mystic, a healer, an oracle, a star seed, because this is the time for you to remember, to reclaim, to rise. So you don't have to be any of those. You don't have to be interested in doing any of those as a job. I'm talking about the wise ones gathering. The fact that you have chosen yourself to be here in my community to be here seeking, to looking, to going deeper within, to wanting to be in tune with nature's cycles. It's a huge thing, and it's going to pay enormous rewards, enormous rewards. So I want you to start by taking a minute to, jot down anything coming up, and we're going to dive in to see what the celebration is going to be. And here's our declaring an embodiment of this light today. So I'll leave it here for a minute, and then I'll start with this. Let me just check what else is here. Is there anything else? Yes, so we are coming together for the return of life. And okay, good. So I am going to get something to drink, and I'm going to leave you to write down, to breathe, to relax, to find somewhere comfortable, to drop into this beautiful ceremony. And I'm going to leave this up here. So if you're all ready, then you can look at this. You can speak this to yourself. You can feel the words. They're alive. They're talking. And you are speaking this truth. Then it is being told into your entire light body what you wish for. And you are the master of what you get. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, good. Ooh, good. I'm glad Brittany's had a miracle flood into you. Ooh la la. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-huh. All right, good. So We're going to go ahead and do this as a ritual, my favorite thing to do. And take a look at our altar. So I'll do this. Maybe it's easier for you. So this is our Beltane altar. And we have Aphrodite, Venus, and Marina Mary, all the different names for this beautiful goddess in the middle. But what's interesting is it's balanced masculine and feminine too. So as it came together, it wasn't just Celtic. We do have Green Man, and we have the beautiful Earth Mother here. We got this planet. This is the swan, represents Brigade. These beautiful shells came in, but you have a masculine symbol here and a feminine. And here, feminine labradorite shape and a masculine amethyst, and so on. Okay, 4 goddesses here with Buddha. And so I loved how all the energies came together. Here's a priestess, a Mayan priestess, and Asclepios, who's the god of healing from Greece. So it's a very blended and beautiful, earthy, and it's very goddessy, and it's at the same time very balanced. So I recommend always making altars, at least one, to follow whatever's happening at the time. It's easy. You don't have to have this much stuff. You can just put 1 or 2 things. I did have some water on here. As well, but I moved it over there and forgot to put it back. So I also have things underneath my computer. So I've got a pyramid and a Kukulkan and Bast, the goddess, Egyptian goddess, and malachite, and many of these are sacred ceremony stones as well too. So allow yourself to have a beautiful environment, because all these things are adding to the energy of the beauty that you have available now. So we're going to go ahead and I've got my, so I have some white sage. I have bergamot and copal with rosemary. And are we going to use, no, this is what we're going to use. Okay, good. So while we begin, I want you to, hi, Tiffany, take some deep breaths in. All right. So just breathe in, watch the breath, see it. What's it communicating? Where is it going? And hold it. Always hold the breath for as long as is comfortable. Be intentional about how you let it go. Do you just let it softly melt away things and roll down you like a wave of pure water? Or do you blow it out with intention and let it go through all of your fields? Okay. So we enter this sacred space in reverence, presence, and love. I ask to be a clear and open channel for the highest good of all concerned, aligned with that which is optimal for me at this time. Take another deep breath in. We call on the sacred smoke. We call on these sacred herbs. We call on the beautiful elements, this sacred chamber of light. Feel the silver cone of light above and below you. We're wrapped in the all-seeing eye. Around us is glistening an enormous sphere of the flower of life. And through it, energies, rainbow colors, weaving through the petals of it. As you enter the sacred space, say, I enter in reverence, presence, and love. And I'm ready and willing and open and receptive to release that which is ready to be thrown into the fire, to shed that which the sacred life force, the kundalini within me, is ready to release. I trust that I am ready. I have the strength. I have the capacity. I have been going through my metamorphosis, and I am here right now, right here. Now you feel the sacred temple between the worlds manifesting around you. And as it manifests around you, You hear the whisper. What do you hear whisper? What is whispering to you? Is it the sun? Is it stones? Is it the ground or a grove of trees? Is it a goddess? Is it your inner child? Is it a deer? A frog? Is it a sacred well? What is calling and whispering to you right here on the threshold of this celebration? We enter in Lak'ech. I am you. In Laken, you are me. I am one today. The sacred ceremony I enter willingly, freely, ready, trusting to surrender. I do not need to know. I do not need to control. I put it all. You see now all the bonfires burning as they're starting to take shape inside of this sacred temple between the worlds. We are moving through time and space to a moment of an epic and amazing Beltane celebration. You can hear the music, the laughter, the celebration. You can see the flames from the most enormous bonfires. It's as if you are moving through time and through space. And you declare, let the fire of this day burn away all illusion. And you enter through the fire. You love the feeling. All veils to my purpose, power, and truth dissolve now. And so it is. You land now in the center of this beautiful sacred space. You can smell the grass. You can feel the woods around you. The joy, the celebration, the dancing, the laughter. You feel a sense of freedom, calm, surrender, no duties. There's nothing to do. There's nothing. No one is watching, no one is waiting, no one is looking, no one is judging, even me. My desire for truth and love and sacred wisdom is pure. I surrender everything to the fire to purify me so that my desire is true right here, right now. I call on Brigid, the triple goddess. I ask for you to bring your sacred flame to ignite my inner wisdom. I know that the sacred feminine powers and wisdom, the medicine I carry, is ready to come forward, is ready to ignite. I'm ready and I need your help. Come to me, please, dear, sweet goddess, sister of light. Come and help me understand how to let go, how to burn away that which is old, that which is impure. Purify me with this sacred fire. My desires take shape. Now declare, I am the blooming. I am the light. I am the receptivity. I am one with the sacred feminine mystery of the fire. I am the blooming. You're ready to bloom. Let go. You can't control it. It's ready. The flower within you, on your lips, in your heart, is ready to open. Let everything be purified by this fire. I am the light. I am the light of fire. I am the sacred fire. I am the receptivity. Pure and open, I receive, I release, I receive, I release. I am in flow. The fire comes, it burns away. You start to feel it igniting your inner eye, your inner eye, your inner eye is burning and burning and burning. It wants to open, it wants to see. I am pure, I am pure. I am one with the sacred feminine mystery of the fire. I am pure. Let the fire purify me. Let the fire transmute and shape shift all. I'm ready to receive the wisdom from everything. I'm ready to receive freedom from all the shackles. I'm ready to release into this sacred fire all the doubt, all the worry, all the masks, all the past. Let it go. It's no longer mine. I'm ready for my power. I'm ready to live in my wish. I'm ready to be my sacred purpose. I'm ready to allow the balance of the masculine and feminine to ignite within me. I bring the fire to my sacral center. My spirit now burns like the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Now you see that you are becoming the flame. Brigade has ignited. Your third eye and crown is burning, and you accept it. You watch it. You love it. You give it permission to continue, and now you breathe down and you embody this flame and you embody this fire and you take it into everything, because the great poet said, do you desire to be the light the way a moth does? Drawn to the flame, thinking only of becoming one with it. What does it feel like to be the light? What does it feel like to be the flame? What does it feel like? I wish it beyond everything. I'm ready to surrender who I am. I'm ready to surrender my life, my body, my identity, to become one with the flame, to become one with the light. And the moth enters the fire, folds its wing calmly, and becomes one with the flame. Its wish is fulfilled. It is now light. Surrender and enter the flame. Become the bonfire. You are contributing your bonfire here too. Become it. Let it take over your body, your mind, your sacral, your will, inside of your will, inside of that solar plexus, all the way down the feet. Cleanse, clear, heal. The copal, the bergamot, love and luck, cleansing and healing, protection and power. Rosemary, cleansing. We call on the sacred herbs of the goddess. The flower, the favorite flower of Brigade. Now you feel that you are ready to dance, to celebrate with life and laughter and breath and movement, and you dance inside of your own bonfire. You let it consume you. You say, no one can hurt me, no one can take me, no one can threaten me with fire. I am the fire, I am the flame, I have become the light. I allow my senses to awaken. There is beauty in here, so much beauty. Fill up with love and support, spirit guides. Declare, accept, and embody. I am reborn into a new season of light and purpose. Now you are rising from the ashes and a new fire is glowing within you, and you dance outside of your bonfire and you dance between all the other bonfires, all the other people here, all the other things across, through, dancing, weaving, singing. You feel yourself alive with joy, ready to blossom after a forest fire, the most beautiful crop of flowers, wild flowers, rise, some that haven't been seen in decades. Their purpose has been rekindled, like your heart has been rekindled with your purpose. Let your voice rise with truth. Let your body express, receive, and bloom health, radiance, love, creativity, ideas, everything in your path, harmony. Be the light, be the fire. May your path be lit by your soul's fire. May all of earth feel your light as healing with love from the sacred feminine. Be a conduit, be a channel. Surrender your need to know and control. Celebrate, give, receive, pleasure, joy, appreciate it all. Blessed be. So it is. So be it. It is done. Now, as you return, you move through the deep, still waters of the well of your sacral, purified, renewed, nourished. The flames cooled. The new capacity, you're ready to rise. You're now being nurtured, nourished, fed, renewed, rejuvenated. Breathe it in, drink it in. Let all the energies you require to be with you, to be around you, to surround you like a little amniotic sac as you move back into this moment, coming into your body. Enter your heart. Lay down your flowers here. Feel the earth. Give great thanks to all of the elements, fire, the ancients, the ancestors, the stars, the waters, to Brigid, to your own soul's fire, to the blooming that is in process. Remember and declare, I am the eternal flame. My light is already within me. My path and powers are already within me. I receive, I enjoy, I discover, I listen, I rest, I relax, I allow it to come to me. The sacred feminine way is now here. The mysteries, open paths of ease and grace, creativity and joy, full expression, receptivity of support in every possible way. I am the light, only light. Blessed Beltane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let the fire of this day burn away all illusion. Let all veils to your purpose, power, and truth dissolve now. Remember, the fire is pure and you are pure. Let your heart's desire for truth and love and sacred wisdom be pure, be seen, be realized, be respected, be followed. Be the blooming, be the light, be receptive, be one with the sacred mystery of the fire, and let all the ancients, all the priestesses of the fire, all the sacred wisdom of this beautiful element, this beautiful time, and this beautiful moment come to you now, walk with you now as your spirit burns like the light of the world. And so it is. Wow, I love that, Rama. The sacred temple between my legs, the sacred light between my eyes. Beautiful. Well, that was very delicious. And going to go ahead and allow us to let this circle be open. yet unbroken, and a clear path of light to all who are ready to come here in this moment. We leave this in the ethers, in the Akasha, as a divine healing, as a path of light for us to repeat, to come back to call on, to walk with. And for all those, when they hear the call, will easily find this and hear this in their heart. May the world burn away the pain and the fear, the anger and the violence, the shame and the blame, the craving. Let it all dissolve, and let us rise like the phoenix. From the ashes comes beauty, harmony, power, a new world ignited by your truth. When you are the light and you only hold the light, you contribute to creating this world of light and easier for everyone else. We are one. In Lak'ech, I am you. In Lakin, you are me. Namaste. Thank you. I love you. Make sure you go over, oh, sorry, it's there still, to the shop and check out the private sessions and the other things. And I hope I will see you soon. Not sure what's next, but I will see you very soon. And I think we're getting our email system fixed. So slowly, we're able to get some emails out again. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe so that and get notifications so you know when we do go live. And have a beautiful and wonderful day. I'm going to go do some more creative, beautiful, juicy things. Namaste. Blessed Beltane.